Here we are for round 2 with our black-green derpy deck. Looks like we'll be on the draw again, which is not so bad unless our opponent's aggressive, and then it's terrible. This doesn't look great, but I think I still keep it. We kind of need to draw a 2-drop. But if we do, the hand gets actively good. So we've kind of got like a finisher in hand already, at least a mid-range finisher. All right, I mean, Channeler is also something that we would want in virtually any circumstance other than this one. But we still got another turn or two to hit a 2-drop. The S-Laughter drones get a bit worse. I'm not thrilled about running out of Naked Mindraker, but we may have to do it. Black-White Allies is not a deck I particularly wanted to play against because most of their creatures kind of suck. But like, we're going to take 6 damage off of this before we can do anything at all about it. Like, the fact that most of their dudes suck, combined with there's certain ones that you have to kill, make it a difficult matchup for us. At least the Mindraker can block that. So we're probably going Mindraker into Channeler into play Embodiment attack with Vines of the Recluse up. So like, we can start playing bigger stuff. It just ain't happening yet. There's a small argument to holding the Channeler so that we'll definitely have a target for Titan's Presence. But I don't think that we do that. All right, here we go. No, not you. You. May have to trade it off. I don't want to, but if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. Opponent may be more interested in drawing cards. God, 4 power on that idiot. That is so brutal. I'm going to have to O-strike it to not die. What are the chances they have a combat trick? It's probably pretty good, but I don't think we can not block here. Like, any number of combat tricks get us. Didn't have it? Okay. Slaughter Drone is good. So I can use Vines of the Recluse to pump this guy to trade to kill this. So I could play the Slaughter Drone and pass. I don't like using combat tricks defensively. I also don't like Oblivion striking derp creatures. But I think our plan is to play this and pass. It's not a great plan. But if our opponent stops attacking for a second, then we're in business. So right now we would block there, activate Death Touch, block here, use Vines of the Recluse. And if we can pull that off, we still have an Oblivion Strike. Really? All that and a bag of chips? Alright. Sad part is now we have to use the Vines of the Recluse to trade with the Scythe Master when we'd really like to use it to ambush the Bearer of Silence. But I think we're on the World Breaker plan now. Scion Summoner's cute, but I think we just want to get in a hit with the Embodiment. Like, Summoner doesn't do much. The Embodiment at least holds back his ground squad. So we can play this and then swing with the land and the thing. The Raker of Mines. At least getting a hit for 6. Again, we're in pretty rough shape to a removal spell. This is an interesting version of black-white. It's kind of black-white aggro instead of black-white allies, which is what I expected. I'm not used to seeing the Bearer of Silence in a white deck, but it seemed to have worked out for him. Alright, let's get there with Mindraker and a land. A Hasty Vigilant land, no less. I suppose holding the Scion Summoner also gives us a chance to draw Titan's Presence if we elect to use it on the Bearer of Silence. Which we might. All the Grave Birthings, alright? Let me guess. Swarm Surge, I'm dead? No? Okay. Ruin Processor, I'm dead. Well, not dead. Like, that's what the Oblivion Strike is for. But it means we're not out aggroing our opponent. So I can strike and play the Summoner. And then we've just got to deal with this. I don't want to trade this guy for that guy. But we're gonna need the World Breaker here soon. I think that probably is the last thing that could save us, because now we've made Titan's Presence not work. Hedron Crawler is not the droid we're looking for. Yeah, we'll buff these. That makes sense. I'm still going to play it. Like, our opponent only has one thing that can attack us, but we're pretty soft to it. I could attack with this, but again, I'm potentially trading it for 2 Knigget's, and I don't want to do that. We're no longer racing once the Ruin Processor resolves, and we weren't really racing before. Like, now I might send some stuff in, because what else am I going to do? Yeah, we don't have many turns left, so I am going to send in here and here. I'm not really sure what we're wanting to do to get out of it, but we can at least see how our opponent reacts to the attack. That information may be valuable next turn. Okay, so they don't care. They're just throwing away their board. Cannot trade fast enough, which is fine by me. It does mean that if we get rid of this guy, we've got good attacks. Or we're just dead. Okay. Do you bring in Plummet for 1 card? I don't think you do. Like, we can assume he might have other flyers as well. Like, he would play Expedition Raptors. He would play Core Sky Climbers. There's a lot of reasons he might have that card. I guess an option was not to use the Vines of the Recluse, because like when I played it, I said there's a good chance we just lose to that, and then we did, and it was bad. I think this is the scenario in which I want Elemental Uprising on the play as another potential removal spell. It obviously doesn't hit the 2/1 flyer, but it can hit a lot of other things. I'm considering Witness the End when we know they have 7 drops. There's not really anything I like super want to cut for it. I guess Cutting the Oath isn't terrible. Like, that's kind of a filler card anyway. And this time we are for sure going on the play. So let's try that. Sure, this seems fine. I don't think we get a land with the Fertile Thicket. Although, I suppose if I see a waste, it's possible. We'll still look at the cards. Like, it's never bad to know what the bottom cards are. But I'd really rather hit like a 2-drop or a 3-drop. So we'll look and probably take it if it's a waste, and otherwise just leave it. Okay, it's a waste. And we're not drawing our Slaughter Drone or Oblivion Strike. So that's good to know that we don't have our piece of premium removal coming. That said, we can get some beats going with the Gnarlid. So hitting a 3-drop off the top, I think puts us in reasonable shape. That's kind of like a 3-drop. You know, except it's not at all like a 3-drop. I don't think we would want to use a Vines of the Recluse to kill this. That's probably not going to end the game. It's a reasonable card, but he may just trade it off for a Saddleback Lagak for all I know. If I play this and Lagak, then I've got a 4/4 swinging in, and I do think we're actually racing here. Let's push that damage. If he has like a shoulder to shoulder, sure, we'll trade it then. Alright. Just gonna bring in the damages, eh? Alright. How about now? I think I can actually bring enough damage now that we are just racing. Like, if he blocks this and I untap and do the thing, what does he do about it? I guess Unnatural Aggressions, and then we've got his last trick out of his hand. So I got 2 for 1. Which is not great, but... Oh. And then that happened. And then that happened. Okay. Well, I guess we channel into Bane. Maybe I should have just gone for that last turn instead of thinking I was racing this deck. Because he hits us for 5 here, and then I think we end up chump blocking this guy. Oh, World Breaker. Bane of Balagad. This is so sad, because we just lose. Like, we're actually dead on board. I guess we're not actually dead on board if we play the Slaughter Drone. Because then he'll tap the Slaughter Drone, Swing Team, Pump, and we have to chump with this. But like, what are our outs at that point is the thing to think about. Because of the first strike. Yeah, I tried to go aggro against the aggro deck and it just didn't work. Now, admittedly, he had to have these 3 spells, but he had them. Perhaps that one untapped black should have been something to think about. Like, my play here is, I guess, to play the Slaughter Drone and then kind of slowly die. Or play one of these and hope that my opponent's an idiot. I can't justify doing that. Like, I imagine that they tap down this guy, swing with this one, pump. Well, that's good news. Not attacking is terrific news. I kind of don't understand. Oh, they're going to tap this upkeep so I can't use the mana? Okay, okay, that's good. So we need to draw something. Scion Summoner counts as something. Like, it can chump block. How are we still playing this game? I guess they're at 8, so they have to be a little worried. But I think we see why we didn't get any of the good black removal. That, and it's a high pick for everybody. I mean, do we even trade these? What if I block here and here, trade these, activate here? I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I won't have anything in play though. Like, this guy's just lethal. So like, even saving the 1 point doesn't really help because we still need another blocker. And he's probably going to tap this down again. We're not really threatening that much damage. Like, I could take the 3 here. And that gives me the greatest chance of being able to slam the World Breaker and still have a block for this next turn. I lose to basically every combat trick printed in the set. But I think this gives me the greatest chance of actually being able to win this game. Him electing not to deal the extra damage is bad too, as it means that he likely has a follow-up creature play. Okay, that's not so bad. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world either. Alright, so I guess I play the World Breaker and eat a land, not that it does a whole lot. Because again, he can just tap something down, and now basically everything's lethal. Yeah, none of this is actively good for us, but at least we'll get to play our World Breaker. That Scythemaster, man, it just annihilated us both games. Because even if we chump the Scythemaster now, these two kill us. And with me tapped out, I can't imagine they play around anything. We managed to drag it out a couple turns, but there wasn't really much we could draw. Like, a complete disregard would have done something. I suppose Titan's Presence for this guy would have started to do something. If for whatever reason he doesn't kill us this turn and we're able to get a Titan's Presence for this, we can do a thing. But we need to just go a lot more defensively. Because we're just like 100 different ways dead here. Yeah. We tried. At least we finally killed that Scythemaster. It is in the graveyard because that's where Scythemasters belong. What's up? Alright, well, you can't 3-0 all of them. We had a victory last week. Maybe we'll have a victory next week. But this week, we kind of went into one of the wrong colors, that being black. And we paid the ultimate price. I appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. We will see you here again on Seems Good Magic next Monday with another draft or sealed. Who knows what sort of shenanigans we'll get into. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen here, please come check out the stream. It's at twitch.tv/Simulan. You will get to see more drafts like this one. Also some where we win on occasion. So thanks for tuning in, my friends. We'll see you next week.